This segment is sponsored by the Norris Group. Well, there are changes coming to your taxes, and the question is, are you ready? Well, here to help us navigate it all is CEO of the Norris Group, Deon Norris. First of all, welcome back to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
We love having you here, specifically around this time of the year, because there are things happening with taxes. And I understand that there are some changes coming our way, particularly by the end of the year. And I was wondering if you could just touch on that so our viewers can understand.
Yes. So from a high level, the cuts that were enacted to the tax code in 2017, if Congress does not do anything and the president doesn't do anything, then they are set to expire. What that means is everything is going to revert back to pre-2017. So what that means is lower standard deductions for individuals, exemptions come back, but also some changes with rates increasing in terms of the tax brackets.
All right, so these are, I mean, this is at the end of the year, but things to start thinking about and planning as you look ahead. Let's talk about anything that might help people that pay a higher amount of taxes. Any advice or recommendations?
So generally what I would say is make sure that you're keeping track of everything throughout the course of the year, that you are charitable deductions, anything that you can itemize, but also look at tax strategies and tax mitigation, things that can actually effectively lower your tax bracket instead of just waiting towards the end of the year, because there's a difference between filing your taxes and actually planning for your taxes. So the planning comes during the course of the year, the filing comes during this season.
And I think that saves a lot of stress, right? Because when you're looking for papers or documentation or things right before the filing deadline, that can add some probably unnecessary stress. Let's talk about the future of taxes for small businesses.
So one of the biggest things, if the cuts do expire, is small businesses for the last 7 or 8 years have been able to have a QBI deduction, and that stands for qualified business income. That deduction is 20% of their net profit.
Wow.
So it is a huge boost to small businesses. Granted, if things revert back, that deduction goes away, which means their net profit goes up. As a result, the amount of taxes they pay goes up. So it is something to be looked at and studied and hopefully planned against. If Congress does not enact it, we can have scenarios set up where we can pay less in taxes for that.
I think that's a little bit of the tricky thing. We talk about all these possibilities, but we don't really have the answer. So you really need to have a contingency plan, I guess, for either direction.
That is true. And that's what we're actively working on clients now with, is projecting out worst case scenario, if things revert back, what you're looking at next year. If not, this is what you're looking at in case they do enact them and go forward.
Okay, I think they would definitely appreciate that. Let's talk about what else could change when it comes to our taxes by year end, and just maybe some ideas that you think our viewers could benefit from.
So some of the biggest things are the reverting back of the tax code to pre-2017. That benefited some people, especially in this area. It would be a benefit for a lot of people because one thing that did happen with the code is they limited the state and local income tax deduction to $10,000. So especially in the DMV area, state taxes can be a lot more than that you're paying. So it'll be a benefit for people in this area if things reverted back, because now you have more that you can write off on your taxes.
Gotcha.
In other areas, not so much. So it's kind of geographical, depending on where you live, how it will affect you. But we're looking at all scenarios for all of our clients, and we're actively planning and letting them know these are things that will revert back, and these are things that will stay if the cuts expire.
So, I mean, I think the key here, the importance that we've been kind of chatting, is that things are always kind of in flux, particularly this year. So you need to be aware and having plans for either direction. So in case you are disappointed or maybe happy, depending on which way it goes, that you kind of have a plan in place, because if all of a sudden taxes change and you owe a lot more, you need to be financially prepared for something like that.
Yes, and that's what we are being proactive about with our clients, and informing them of this is on the horizon, nothing set in stone yet. You know, knowing Congress may be at the 11th hour when things happen, but we want to actively prepare our clients for what will happen and what can happen.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your chat here today. I know you have a lot of information, and you can help our viewers out there. If you want to get in touch with the Norris Group, it's super easy. Just head to your website.
Head to our website, head to any of our locations in the DMV area, give us a call.
All right, we put it up on the website and all the information on the screen so you can check them out, get in touch, and make sure you're prepared for the tax season. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.